How you doing? Welcome back. This is my 2003 Acura RSX Type S. It developed a little leak on the radiator hose, upper one particularly. So it was time for me to replace it. It's got a little bit over 300,000 miles, and I got an aluminum radiator here, along with some silicone hoses that I'm gonna be putting in. And that's it. Got everything off of eBay. It doesn't really matter about the brand too much. Some of the stuff, it really won't matter to me. Some other people, yeah. Me, it doesn't really matter. They all do the same thing. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in. It's got 300,000 miles, so I'm not gonna bother on it. I'll just take care of it, and that's it. So I'm gonna show you a little step-by-step how to do a radiator on your Acura RSX Type S base model. You know, anywhere from 2002 to 2006, they're all the same when it comes to doing the radiator on it. All right, so let's go. First thing we gotta do is gotta lift it up. New coolant switch and a new lower radiator hose. Just throw it here in the meanwhile. And of course, you can order any radiator you like. I'm going to be using a DNA aluminum radiator 2-core on the vehicle. They're all the same thing pretty much to me. Maybe the weldings are not good on some of them, but it's not the first time I'm ordering one of this. The weldings are actually pretty good. So first things first, let's go ahead and put you in here. Hold on just a second. We're gonna do point of view, okay? There we go. First things first, let's get the radiator support loose. Another K20 in there. Usually this radiator supports on the bottom. There's a little bolt on number 10. Make sure you loosen that up. It's all the way in the bottom. Loosen that up before you can take it out. And now what I like to do is usually just kind of fold this to the side a little bit. Be careful, it is sharp. You may cut yourself every once in a while. And obviously, see if we can kind of get this loose. Now guys, I already gone ahead and kind of done this prior to, just to kind of speed through this a little bit, but it'll be kind of good for you guys because you'll be able to follow me through. I'll just put this here. My son doesn't even drive this thing anymore. All right, well, now we got started. Here we are, the radiator, easy to come out. Want to loosen this here too. That's the radiator fan switch. We can loosen that up a little bit. I already took the fan out of this. Hold on. Shake it a little bit. It should pop off. There you go. It popped off. Now before we begin, we should probably drain everything. So I got this here. You can get that at any auto supply store. Probably use my other two channels here. Where's the red? Let's go from the bottom and drain it. Where is it? Here we go. let it drip a little bit. Oh, just let that drip off. If you want us to expedite it, you can go ahead and just open up the radiator cap. Or actually, same thing. It's gonna to drain a little bit. Guys, if you're gonna do this, you might as well change the thermostat, which is right here. I already did this prior to a while back, probably about 2 months ago, so I don't need a thermostat. I'm good. Because it's leaking from here, and then all of a sudden that. So I decided to change everything out now, because eventually it's all gonna be leaking. So it's time. Let everything drain out. We're gonna be replacing this with Asian vehicles. I guess blue antifreeze is 50/50. It's already pre-diluted, ready to do. Here you go. If you want it to drain a little faster, we can probably turn the knob just a little bit more. Oh, that's all the way. There you go. Ooh. There you go. And if she's pissing like this, she's a loose goose. And while that's draining, let's go ahead and just kind of, I like to use this channel with my scripts. And you might just have to use a pull on this. There we go. Probably want to do the same thing for the one down there. Now this one itself might be a little bit finicky. Hold on, let me look. All right guys, we're back. Let's see if we can take this bottom radiator hose out here. Move this. We can get this. Oh, there we go. This is coming. Just gonna let that drain a little bit more. So I'm gonna wait till that drains. Actually, in the meanwhile, while that drains, let's grab our radiator, lay it flat on a nice soft surface. That was me by accident. Let's grab our sensor here. We're gonna be putting it in. Oh, of course. All right. Let's open her up. There you go. So the way you put this, you want to make sure it's nice and snug, not too tight. Don't over tighten it. Don't do it. Don't do it. All right. This is cool. Nice. Oh, I might have overdone it. So I might just take it off. Just make sure it's all right. Ah, okay, cool. It's fine. You might want to use Teflon tape on this. Let me see if I have some. Alrighty. go. Just a little bit in there, not too tight. Alright guys, ran out of battery on my GoPro. But anyways, I already clamped the bottom radiator hose. I adjusted it to fit. Now it's time for us to put the radiator fan or auxiliary fan on, back on, and we'll do the radiator fan afterwards. So let's go. But before we put the auxiliary fan or the AC fan on, let's go ahead and plug this bad boy here, the fan switch. Gotta get on the right one. There we go. Plug. And this is for the auxiliary fan. Alrighty. So now that we're done with auxiliary fan, we gotta bolt it up. Now we gotta let's put in our coolant reservoir before we do anything else. Last thing you want to do is forget. There it is. And you see this little one here? Just go ahead and put it right back. And that's it. Usually you can bolt it down here. You know what? Let me bolt it. Alright, now we have everything bolted down. It is time to do the radiator fan. Get it right back, and exactly how it came out, it goes back in. So there's going to be two little slots. You put them right back in on the bottom. You'll be able to tell once you put the radiator in there. So let's move this out of the way. And it just pops in place. Let me go on the bottom secure. Make sure there it is. No, it goes in. And same thing with this one. There you go. It goes in. So they're in. Alright, now we go ahead and secure this back in. Don't forget we got to plug back in the radiator. There is a little plug in here. Right in there. We just plug it back in. Click, click. Got these two here. Bolt the radiator back in. You can go from there, baby. Nice and easy. Now here comes the fun part. Here you get everything out of the way. And we're gonna go ahead and actually get this hose back in popped right here on to the radiator. Just use a little force in there, not too much. Perfect. And we could use some needle nose pliers or I would advise you that you put this to the side in case you ever are on the road and you need to take it off. Put it to the side. That way you can kind of reach in and take it out. Because once you put it on here, the radiator support is going to be on the way. You won't be able to reach it unless you take the radiator support, which is only 3 bolts, 1 from the bottom and 2 from the side. But let's just say you're in a rush, you're somewhere and something were to happen, and you're out and about, this is the best, easiest way to reach it without taking this off. Now we put the radiator support back in. Nice and easy. Remember this plug here? We Can't forget to plug that in. So. Here we go. Tap back in here. Oh, where's the other one? All nice and tight. Next step is the easiest one. We just fill it up with coolant. Make sure when you're actually filling it with coolant, the car's upright, especially this K series RSXs. They require the actual air to kind of be this way, facing forward. All right, that's it. All right, guys, so we're already done with the radiator. As you can see, it's right in there. Well, I don't know if you can see the radiator much, but it's in there. There he goes. I'm ready to start, so let's go. Haven't used this car in a good while. I should keep this towel in here because I don't like ruining the leather at all. So this car is pretty good condition. It's got over 300,000 miles. Doesn't have a single rip or anything like that. Interior is pretty fine. I try to be careful when I get in, because even though it's still in good condition, you can always rip the leather of this vehicle. So let's see here. It's a cold start. We got to warm it up. One of the things you want to do whenever you go ahead and do a radiator or coolant change or a thermostat or anything that has to do with coolant that you're putting in new, you want to go ahead and turn it into the heater, right, and put a full blast. That way the heat can go inside the heater core, not the heat, the coolant, I'm sorry. The coolant can go inside the heater core and reach everywhere. And just let it sit there and warm up. So let's see what happens. You close the hood. All said and done. Nice and warm. Oh, it's super nice and warm right now.